Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. So anyway, everybody, it's been real. I'm watching a video of Moxley shove this bloke down over and over again on a loop. So here's the story, everybody. A civil lawsuit filed in Michigan accuses Jon Moxley of deviating from the script and injuring a production team member during a 2023 episode of Dynamite. First reported by John Alba of Sports Illustrated, suit was filed by Christopher Dispenza on May 30th. He claims he suffered significant injuries, cervical, spine, and shoulder damage requiring surgery after being shoved to the ground by Moxley during the May 10, 2023 broadcast. This was a cage match between Moxley and Kenny Omega. Dispenza was not an AEW employee, had been brought in by Little Caesars Arena to work the event. He was instructed to hand Moxley a screwdriver during the match, it says. It alleges he was given no warning that Moxley would engage with him afterwards by shoving him. So there's a video. It's all over Twitter. You can see him get shoved here. And then there's the deal. Plaintiff was tasked with holding a screwdriver for defendant Moxley, which is in all caps, to use during the performance. Plaintiff was not a performer, was not warned of spontaneously becoming a performer. Plaintiff held the screwdriver for defendant Moxley to take from his hand, as intended and scripted. Upon receiving the item and without warning, explanation, or prior discussion, defendant Moxley unexpectedly deviated from the planned script by placing his hands on plaintiff's face and shoulder and violently shoving plaintiff to the ground. And the plaintiff needed cervical, spine surgery, shoulder surgery, other serious injuries, necessitated significant medical treatment. So that's like the first part of this, okay? So listen, should Moxley have shoved this guy down if he wasn't part of the show? Of course not. So they've got the video here. You know, he goes over, he gets a screwdriver, and then he shoves this dude down. Now, the second part here is, they've got further information. So it said that AEW is negligent in hiring Jon Moxley because he claims the company, quote, knew or should have known of Jon Moxley's, quote, documented history of unpredictability, and it claims here prior disciplinary issues, although none are mentioned. And I've actually never heard of a disciplinary issue that I can even think of involving Jon Moxley. It says that he has a history of disciplinary issues before this incident involving other people while under AEW's employ, agency, or contractual relationship. And he has a documented history of unpredictability and lack of control, which I also never have heard of. So there's no incidents listed of either of these, but that's what the fella claims, and he's looking for damages exceed $25,000, amount determined by court. Damages exceeding $25,000 required to bring a case in circuit court. He seeks compensation for medical expenses, disability, permanent and serious disfigurement, wage loss, lost earning capacity, pain and suffering, exemplary damages for mental and emotional anxiety, humiliation, and indignity, diminution in business reputation and opportunities, and other economic and non-economic damages not yet known. So I think they're just kind of throwing everything at the deal to see what they can get from the court here. But that's the story. Any comment as wrestlers, Lance?
Well, you can't shove production people like that, so there's definitely a wrong committed that's going to probably cost them a lot of money. The bump did not look like a requiring neck and shoulder surgery, but I'm assuming he will have some medical records to back up his case. Dude took a decent bump, so it's probably not looking good.
Filthy?
If you watch when he falls, it's tough to tell because I believe he's wearing black and the ground is black. But, I mean, it's possible he hit his head on the kind of like the barricade, at a weird angle. So that perhaps could have been what caused it. Obviously, like Lance said, you can't put your hands on people who are not trained performers. This is why you don't engage with fans unless they attack you first. Just a bad idea all around. But hey, if you're Jon Moxley, this is great for your character. I'll say that much.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notify button, and you'll never miss a video again.